Okay, imagine this. You charge your EV, like while you grab a quick coffee. Then you drive maybe 500 miles, maybe more, on that single charge. And the battery, fundamentally safer than what's out there today. Sounds pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, that's basically the dream. The holy grail of batteries, as people call it.
Exactly. And that multi-billion-dollar promise, that's what solid-state tech is aiming for. And right in the middle of it all is the company we're diving into today, QuantumScape.
QuantumScape, yeah. Ticker QS on the NYSE.
Right. Headquartered out in Silicon Valley, San Jose.
Good.
A fitting place, I guess, for such a huge ambition.
Definitely. And their mission is laser-focused. It's all about developing and, crucially, commercializing their own proprietary solid-state lithium metal battery tech.
It's quite singular, that focus.
It is.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, maybe even a bit unusual, is that they're pre-revenue right now.
No commercial product yet.
Not yet, but, and this is they've got serious credibility from some major early backers. Yeah. We're talking Volkswagen, Bill Gates.
Wow. That's significant.
It really is. It's not just about the cash, It signals real belief in the science, which is pretty rare for a company this early on.
That kind of validation matters. So their journey started, back in 2010? A Stanford spinoff.
That's right. Spun out of Stanford, spent years in research, pretty quietly.
And then, boom, 2020, they go public via a SPAC merger, Kensington Capital Acquisition Corp.
Yep, that was the one. Raised over $1 billion. Suddenly, very much in the public eye, lots of scrutiny.
And the tech itself sounds, pretty radical. They talk about an anode-less design and this special ceramic separator. For those of us used to normal batteries, what does anode-less actually mean? And why is this separator so key for stopping dendrites, wasn't it?
Yeah, good questions. So anode-less basically means they've managed to design the battery without a traditional anode component being built in initially. This lets them potentially pack in more energy, simplify things a bit. It's quite innovative.
Okay.
And that ceramic separator, that's the core piece, really. It's proprietary, and it's designed specifically to block dendrites.
Those needle things.
Exactly. Think of them like tiny metal spikes of lithium that can grow inside the battery during charging. They can cause shorts, kill performance, and, they're a safety risk.
Right.
So by using this solid ceramic barrier instead of a liquid, they aim to stop those dendrites forming. That's what unlocks the potential for higher energy, faster charging, better safety.
So that's the promise, the tech. Sounds incredible on paper.
Yeah.
But let's get into the nitty-gritty now.
Okay.
Where are they today in turning this lab breakthrough into something you can actually buy? Because, mass-producing revolutionary tech, that's a massive challenge, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And that really gets to their core challenge, crossing the valley of death.
The valley of death.
Yeah, it's that incredibly tough transition, going from making something perfectly in a lab setting, pristine conditions, to making millions of them reliably, affordably, day in, day out on a factory line.
Without losing performance or safety.
Precisely. That's where so many amazing technologies fail, unfortunately. It's a huge hurdle.
Okay. So if they do manage to cross that valley, the benefits are clear.
Yeah.
Higher energy density, so longer range EVs, much faster charging. They're aiming for 10% to 80% in under 15 minutes?
That's the target, yeah. Game-changing speed.
And improve safety because they swap out that flammable liquid for the solid ceramic. It's a really compelling picture.
It is, and that's why their operational progress is so critical to watch. They've been scaling up manufacturing in phases.
Methodically.
Yeah, pretty methodically. They started with their Raptor process. That was kind of the foundation, early stuff. Now they're transitioning to the more advanced Cobra process.
Cobra.
And Cobra is specifically designed to get them to gigawatt-hour scale production. That's the kind of volume you need for the automotive industry. It's the step towards real mass production.
That scale-up is absolutely vital, especially for cars.
Yeah.
So for you, the listener, trying to follow this, what are the key milestones? What should you really be looking out for?
Good question. There are a few key catalysts. First, successful third-party validation of their main battery cells, the QSC5B samples, especially from Volkswagen's battery company, PowerCo. Independent proof is crucial.
Makes sense. What else?
Then you need concrete news about that Cobra process hitting its scale targets. Proof they can actually make these things in large volumes reliably.
Okay, validation and scaling.
And finally, look out for potential new partnerships with major OEMs, big car makers beyond just Volkswagen. That would signal wider industry buy-in.
Right. More partners would be a very strong signal. So, putting it all together, how should we think about QuantumScape from an investment perspective?
Well, it's pretty clear-cut, I think. It's unequivocally speculative, it's long-term, high risk, but also potentially high reward.
A growth play, but a risky one.
Exactly. And investment in QS today is basically a bet on their execution. It feels almost binary. If they successfully commercialize this tech at scale, the upside could be enormous.
And if they hit roadblocks in that valley of death?
Then the downside is just as significant. It really hinges on making that manufacturing leap.
So for you, the learner, the big question remains, is QuantumScape the company that finally unlocks this next generation of EVs and electrification? Or is that manufacturing mountain just too steep to climb?
That's the multi-billion-dollar question.
And the key, really, is to watch their execution. Focus on those milestones they set out publicly, the validation, the scaling, rather than just the day-to-day noise of the stock price. It's about the slow, hard grind of turning science into reality.